I've been waiting for Marnie to wake up this morning so that I could film this video with her and have her in it with me, but she's flat out. She's having her morning nap and she woke up about half an hour ago, but by the time I got into the room to pick her up, she'd gone back off again. So she obviously needs the sleep. So I'll try and insert some cutaways of her instead so you can see how she's doing at 3 months. And if she does wake up, obviously I can bring her in partway through. But rather than not film it, because I'm already a couple of weeks late, surprise, surprise, I thought I would just get on with it and put in some footage of her separately. So I hope that you don't mind that. Marnie's actually getting quite close to 4 months old now. So this is more like her 3.5 month update. But I've been keeping notes throughout the month of the things that I wanted to mention. She's generally a really smiley, happy, content baby. She's not a grizzler. She doesn't sort of cry unless there's something wrong. If she's crying, it's because she's either hungry or she's done a poo. She does not like a dirty nappy. She will let you know pretty quickly when she needs her nappy changed. I haven't actually had her weighed for a while and I'm taking her to clinic tomorrow morning because I did have a letter through to say we really do need to weigh your baby, and I think because she's my 4th baby I'm quite relaxed about that side of things. I remember when Dylan was little, I used to take him religiously every week almost to be weighed, and it was something that was always on my mind. I must go and get him weighed, and it genuinely hasn't occurred to me to take her until getting that letter. I know she's growing, she's got really chubby cheeks and squishy thighs and proper baby rolls, so I've got no concerns over whether or not she's growing as she should be. I can tell that she is, but I would like to get her weighed just out of interest to see where she is now on her percentiles and things like that. She's actually really late having her 12-week jabs. She's supposed to have them this week as well. We had to cancel an appointment a couple of weeks ago just because she's been ill with general sort of kids going back to school, bugs and germs, so I didn't want to put her through the injections as well, so I'm waiting for a new appointment for this week. I'm not looking forward to those because I know that they can be not so good second time around. Her hair seems to be growing a lot more in the last week or so. She seems to be filling in that bald patch at the back of her head, and it also looks like it's going to be dark. I think all the new hair that's coming in is certainly not blonde. Her eyes are a really, really dark blue colour, and they're almost like a sort of muddy, greeny blue. They're really pretty as they are, but I think she's gonna go brown. I think her eyes will be brown, which will be lovely because I've got a blue-eyed girl, so it'd be lovely to have a brown-eyed girl as well. And she has the most amazing long, thick, dark eyelashes, which I'm completely jealous of. She absolutely loves bath time. I don't think she's cried once when I put her in the bath. She only ever cries when I take her out and she gets chilly. She loves her snuggle bath tub, which I think I mentioned in one of my favourites videos, or newborn essentials. She just adores it, and it's the perfect size for her now. When she was very little, although it was still a great product, she felt very little in it, if that makes sense. She'd sort of slump to one side and I was very aware to keep her propped up, but now she just sits there quite happily. And actually when I bathed her on the weekend, she was really kicking about and splashing all the water out of the bath, which she thought was very funny. Which, speaking of finding things funny, she's started giggling, which is just the cutest thing ever. I absolutely love this bit where they start to find things funny and show some of their personality. She finds her big brother Dylan very amusing and will laugh at him if he's dancing around, and Merrin actually, she was laughing at her the other day. She just adores them. Her whole face lights up when they come into a room, or first thing in the morning when they come in and say good morning to her. Just has the biggest smile and starts talking away to them. She has actually started reaching out for some of her toys in the last week or so. She absolutely loves her Lamar's toys. We've had a couple from the other kids and I bought her a new one of her own as well, and I clipped those onto the baby gym and she started really sort of reaching out for them and trying to grab them and put them in her mouth. She's also starting to try and roll over. She kind of tilts her head back to see what's behind her and her body goes with her, so I don't think it'll be too much longer before she's rolling over. Anything that you do give her to play with or to hold goes straight in her mouth, and she is dribbling so much. She has been for a while actually. Anything that she's wearing is always damp at the front because there's so much dribble happening. I think she can't be that far off teething, and if I rub my fingers over her gums, she likes that, so I think there must be some sort of movement going on in there. I wouldn't say that she's in any discomfort yet with teething, but there's certainly something causing her to dribble pretty much 24 hours a day. On the whole, she sleeps really, really well. I can't complain. She definitely is better at night than in the day, which is obviously 100% the way that you want it anyway. She will go from, I'd say, about 7 o'clock through to 3 o'clock at the latest at the moment, and then she'll wake up for a feed. She usually starts off in the snooze pod in her sleepy head next to the bed, and then I will bring her into bed with us and she'll stay there then for the rest of the night. The last couple of nights she's woken up a couple of times after that 3 o'clock feed, and it's not for a feed, it's just sort of, she just happens to wake up and have a little look around, see what's going on. But she's really, really good at going back to sleep quickly, which is just amazing. I'm so thankful for that, because I'll just feed her in bed and within 5 minutes she's back to sleep, so I don't wake up too much myself and then struggle to go back to sleep. Daytime, on the other hand, she can be really, really difficult with naps. Some mornings, like this morning, she'll go back to sleep when the kids go off to school at about 9, half 9, and she'll sleep for hours. What's the time now? It's 12:30 now, and she's been asleep since 10 o'clock. So that's really good, and it means I can get so much done in the morning. She'll probably sleep then for about half an hour to an hour this afternoon. Other days, she just fights the naps completely. Usually if we go out somewhere, she's not very good at sleeping in the pram or the car seat. Aiden was a dream with that kind of thing. I'd take him out in the car and he'd sleep in the car seat, I'd transfer him into the pram, he'd stay asleep, and he'd sleep for hours in his pram. Marnie just won't. She'll sleep at home sometimes, and anywhere else you can forget it. But given the choice, I would 100% prefer that she sleeps at night and not so much in the day, so I'm not complaining. She's still breastfed and it's going really, really well. I have noticed recently that she's not demanding as many feeds as she was before. It seems to have kind of settled down into more of a routine, which is really good. I'm feeling really good and pretty much 100% back to normal. I've noticed in the last couple of weeks that I've stopped taking my breastfeeding supplements and omega-3 that I was taking religiously every single day, and that has made a difference. So I must go and get some more and start taking them again, because I've noticed that my joints and things are a little bit achy, which is something that happened when I was breastfeeding Aiden and wasn't taking them as I should. Other than that, I'm feeling really good because I am getting a decent sleep. I mean, it is broken, but it is still a pretty substantial stretch of sleep between that 1 or 2 feeds in the night. My weight loss has definitely tailed off. Obviously you lose your first stone and a half really, really quickly. And I feel like I did continue to lose the odd pound as the weeks went on, but now I feel like I'm in danger of piling it all back on again if I'm not careful. I'm very aware of the fact that I need to eat extra calories when I'm breastfeeding, and to the point where I think I use it as a bit of an excuse, and I really do need to knock that on the head. And I think I would benefit mentally and obviously physically if I started doing a bit more exercise as well. So that's pretty much everything I have to update you on, and she hasn't woken up, so apologies for that. I will definitely, for her 4-month update, film it with her. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, I'd absolutely love you to stick around, so please do click the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. I've just filmed a video about you, you slept through it.